Coral reefs are known as the rainforests of the sea, hosting over 4,000 species of fish and 700 species of coral. Reefs are started by tiny organisms called coral polyps. These organisms use seawater to build a hard skeleton called coralline. The skeleton is cup-shaped, so the polyp's tentacles are seen outside of the skeleton. The color of the coral itself comes from algae called zooxanthellae. There are three main types of coral reefs. The first type is called a fringing reef. A fringing reef is a reef that forms around a landmass, such as a continent or an island. An atoll is a ring-shaped coral reef consisting of a coral rim that surrounds a lagoon. A barrier reef is a coral reef parallel to the shore, but is separated by a channel of water. The most famous barrier reef is called the Great Barrier Reef and is located in Australia. Coral reefs provide almost $375 billion to the economy each year because they are a big part of the tourist industry, which usually brings in about $36 billion. Places like the Great Barrier Reef are humongous tourist attractions nowadays. The fishing industry is also a big part of the economy, and without coral reefs, these fish would not have a healthy habitat. Unfortunately, these beautiful reefs are slowly dying, and the biggest culprit is human beings. Human beings are destroying coral reefs with pollution and destructive fishing practices, such as bottom trawling, which is when a humongous net is dragged along the ocean floor, crushing and capturing anything in its path. Dynamite or blast fishing is when dynamite is used to kill multiple fish at the same time. This method destroys all of the wildlife it comes in contact with, including delicate coral. Climate change, caused by humans and the burning of fossil fuels, is causing the ocean temperatures to rise. These warmer temperatures cause the zooxanthellae, which give coral color, to die. This leaves the coral with a sad, pale color. Coral bleaching can be seen quite clearly in the Great Barrier Reef, where most of the reef went from looking like this to this. After researching this topic, I realized that the coral reefs and the ocean need a lot of help. So, I wondered what I could do about it. In my area of New England, there aren't really any coral reefs, but there is an ocean, and my grandfather happens to work at the marina, and I have an oceanography teacher at the high school, Mr. Coughlin. I wanted to interview both of them just to see if they knew anything about the situation. I also figured that if they knew something, then maybe a lot of people in the New England area knew about what was going on and maybe would want to make a decision to change some of their habits so that they could help prevent any more or further damage that can go on in coral reefs. So, these are the interviews. So, how do you feel that the oceans are being treated nowadays?
Well, my name is Ed. I work at the Sandwich Marina. I live on Cape Cod, and I see a lot of different research groups and a lot of. And I think a lot of the things that have been going on in the ocean have been happening for years and years. The fish supply got depleted, and I think that it's coming back, and the shellfish and a lot of the ecology seems to be very healthy. We're lucky where we are. The ocean is very clean, and there's an abundance of fish and shellfish. And I think that they're doing a good job of maintaining. They do it through pump outs. They help boats get rid of their waste so they're not dumping it in the ocean anymore. And a lot of the commercial fishermen are very dedicated to keeping the ocean clean. I think a lot of the abuse that went on years ago isn't happening now. and I think that they've done a great job through the enforcement agencies of policing it.
How do you feel about the way humans treat the ocean nowadays?
Well, you can't generalize. Some people treat the ocean poorly, and some people take good care of the ocean. So I think you got to look at each human on an individual basis. Everyone in this boat is treating the ocean awesome. We're out here catching haddock, which is trying to have a sustainable resource. That means you can take some haddock out, but we always leave some to breed and grow up. Right now we have to release all the cod, and everyone in here is following the rules. So the 50 humans on this boat are doing an excellent job.
Do you think that humans should, or people should be trying to give back to the ocean more than like are taking too much from the ocean and not giving back?
Same answer. Some people are ravaging the ocean, and some people are doing everything they can to save it. So, but probably everybody could do more. I'm going to join the Stellwagen Bank National Marine Sanctuary. They have a volunteer program, and I'm going to sign up for that and to help do my part.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
These interviews show that there are some people who are doing their part, and there's a lot of hope for the oceans. The next step is to be a little bit more educated on them and maybe teaching about them in the classrooms. It's very important that people know that there is things that they can do to help, and it does affect them because one way or another, the ocean supports them. Whether it's through the economy or whether they fish, it always just all comes together.